My name is Hrafla. I'm an artist and this is my studio. I work from home, which is very handy, especially these days when you have to stay at home. I am originally from Iceland and I came to Glasgow 22 years ago to study at the Glasgow School of Art. I work mostly with textile materials. I use all sorts of different textile materials to make sculptural objects that I then place in a constellation within a gallery to make a kind of installation. I also work on paper, making drawings, paintings. I'm starting to use that more alongside the textile materials. At the moment, I am working on pieces for an exhibition, a show that I'm doing in Norway. I've always liked threads because it feels like a 3D drawn line. So it's a bit like drawing but in 3D. But thread's also super difficult because it's constantly in a mess and it's constantly tangling and you need to be a bit patient. But I quite like the chaotic nature of thread. You can make a big fat tangle and then work with that, make it into a pattern and make it into a shape, while also trying to keep an improvised element of chance within that. You know, mess up your plans, and so you have to kind of be able to go with that. I'm going to show you a couple of things that can maybe give you a few ideas as to what you could do at home. I've threaded up this kind of homemade loom. This is the simplest version of a loom that you can make. It's basically an old picture frame. One thing that's kind of handy to do is to put a piece of double-sided tape on the edge here. You can then make it a precise space in between each thread if you want to do it correctly. So if you want to do normal tapestry weaving, thread up a little bunch of thread and then you can just use your fingers. Here I go over, under, under. There. Okay, and then you just do the opposite. So you can see that you can quite quickly make some progress. And obviously start, if you're wanting to do like an actual picture, even if it's just an abstract thing, you can put up the drawing, you can make a drawing of it and put it behind so that you know roughly what you're going for and when to get another colour, start another shape. It's so much fun. You do sometimes make mistakes and you can just go back because nothing's fixed yet. If you do an actual tapestry, the thing can be cut off and it will hold together if it's been tied. Like say this one. So what I do is that I try to use this structure and just try and play around with basically just drawing with the thread. So instead of going back up and down or under and over all the time, you can play around and make almost like knotty shapes instead. A little doodle with thread within these lines. So you're making up the rules basically. But yeah, those were just a few ideas for what you can do with a homemade loom.